to another edition of Maximizing Your Potential. I'm Michael McFadden, aka Pilot Mike, and this is the flight deck. Today's flight plan: getting your slice of the pie. You know, people are coming from all over the world trying to get to America. Why? Because they want a piece of the dream. They want to get a slice of pie. And how do we get that? Today I'm going to give you a tip on how you can get your slice of the American pie. You know, I made a startling discovery when I became a pilot. And one of the things that I discovered about myself was that I was a different person when I was flying the plane than when I was driving my car. And one of the things that I discovered was that I approached flying the plane or being a pilot in the plane different than piloting my car. And one of the things that became startlingly apparent to me was that when I was in the airplane, I was intentional. When I was in my car, I was unintentional. Now let me break that down for you. Well, becoming a pilot taught me a procedure that I find that all of the people who are successful in life follow. And you know, Zig Ziglar put it this way. He said that people who are successful or people who are unsuccessful are like wandering generalities. They just kind of do things very unintentionally. But people who are successful are walking specifics. They do things very intentionally. And that's successful people approach their day and their mission to be successful intentionally. And one of the things that we do as a pilot is something that we call pre-flighting. And that is, before we take off in the aircraft, we walk around that plane and we look at some very specific things to make sure that that aircraft is airworthy for that day. Why? Because it's better to find a problem on the ground than it is in the air. But then I discovered while I would go through a checklist before every flight, I would check certain things on the outside, I would check certain things on the inside, and I would literally follow a list of things every flight. And I still do it. Every flight, there's a list of things that have to be followed before you even decide to take off. But in the car, I wouldn't do those things. I wouldn't walk around the car. I wouldn't look at very specific things. I'd just get in the car and go. You know, the interesting thing is that's how many of us approach life. And that's why oftentimes we don't get from where we are to our dreams, because we approach our dreams the same way we've been approaching life. We just kind of haphazardly go at it. But you have to approach each and every day with a purpose in mind, very specifically. But most importantly, what I find the high achievers do is that they want to make sure before they start their day that they're ready. And there's a list of things that they go through at the top of the morning before they even begin their day. And I want to give you a list of things that I go through each morning before I start my day. And I find, as I study very successful people, that almost all successful people go through some variation of the same thing. So just like a pilot, I'm going to give you a checklist. And it's called pies. That's it. You're going to get your slice of the pie. P-I-E-S. Pies. And what PIE stands for is the P is for physical, the I is for intellectual, the E is for emotional, and the S is for spiritual. So every day in the morning when you get up, you want to be intentional about what? Your physicalness, your intellectualness, your emotional state of mind, and your spiritual state of mind. And you want to do something proactive to make sure that each one of those areas is in the best shape it can be in before you approach your day. So you want to get up and you want to start with some exercise physically. You want to read something or listen to something or study something intellectual to get your mind stimulated. You want to get into something motivational and positive to get your emotions in the right place. And then you want to spend some time in meditation or prayer, communing with the spiritual side of you and the spiritual side of the universe to make sure that you are in the best shape and that you are ready to go out and attack that day. The question that you have to discover each and every morning is your vessel ready? Is it airworthy? Is it success worthy? Is it ready to go out and take you on a successful journey through this day? to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish, to take you over the mountains that you're going to need to get over, to land you successfully at the end of that day where you need to be in your list of accomplishment. So in your journey to get a slice of the pie, make sure you begin each and every day with your pies. Are you checking on your physicalness, your intellectualness, your emotional state of mind, and your spiritual state of mind before you start the day? Don't be a wandering generality. Be a walking specific. Success is not accidental. It is an accomplishment. It doesn't happen by happenstance. It happens because you have made it happen. I'm Michael McFadden, a.k.a. Pilot Mike, saying keep your throttles on full. I'll see you somewhere over the horizon. Wheels up. Till next time.